Hello, guys. Welcome in. We're already live, yeah? How is the network there?
The network is okay. That's why we are
Good,
live.
good afternoon. Thank you for joining. It's afternoon, right? Yeah, it's 12. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us all the way from Zambia. Welcome to Sophie Chosen's Daily Chats. Today, we're going to talk about how to handle difficult situations. When you're in a difficult situation, how do you handle yourself and all the things that comes around it when it comes to mental health and everything, physical and everything else. So welcome, Lawrence Banda.
Thank you so much. It's always a privilege to be here.
Hmm. So I'll start with you to to respond to what do you think when it comes to handling difficulties. Hi Mia, welcome. Chili guy, hi, how are you? How do you handle yourself in difficult situations in life? Because the stress of daily living, it's a lot.
All right. I believe, first of all, we need to define
Mm-hmm.
what are hard times. That's the thing. It's not every time it rains. It's not every time it's cold. It's not every time the weather is just favorable. Just generally life. That's how it is.
Mm,
But what matters a lot is how we handle times of crisis in life. And
mm,
that's the very most important thing.
yeah,
So it depends with the specific situation because we haven't specified one yet and how we handle it. That's the thing.
mm,
Like you find out, like, just take for instance, I like drawing my stories from the Bible anyway because I know that this platform is for different people. So just take for instance, in the Bible itself, you find out that there are different situations or hard times which were coming in those old days, and
mm,
it was depending on the specific type of situation and
mm,
how they handled it. That's the thing. Even when God saw that man had fallen before glory, that was a hard time for God, because at some certain points, even God Himself confessed to say that I regret creating man. So, but He knew how He handled the entire situation by sending Jesus Christ as His Lord and personal Savior to come and die for us. So that's the thing. So it depends with the type of situation. So it might be mental, it might be psychology. I don't know how to specify and how to answer the question that you have asked.
okay, that's good. We're gonna go deeper into it. So when people, which I've seen and asked and gone through, when people you are put in a certain situation where, example, we go to relationships, people in relationships. Recently we came with a topic where somebody had unalived themselves because of they couldn't handle that situation, couldn't handle the person going on with another person, or person moving on with somebody else, or feeling betrayed. So thought that the world has come to an end and they couldn't handle themselves, so they ended up unaliving themselves. But when it comes to everybody, guys, you can comment how you handle your situations in tough times. And as you're joining in, you're welcome. Um, what I learned when I was going through, or we go through daily situations of stress. The different situations in life are stressful. But when I went through one of the hardest times in life, I think encouraging yourself, it's so good to remain positive. Like saying that this thing is just gonna be for a while. It's temporarily, and it will stop and it will end. So some people, they can handle themselves with taking medication, seeking advice, talking. I think the most important part of handling a tough time in life is speaking. Speaking is very much important. I don't know if you agree with that. Speaking, talking things off is very important than keeping them bottled in. A lot of men like to keep things bottled in than talking. Women, we talk through everything, and that
Right.
helps.
So one thing that I can say is that talking, you need to be again very careful with the person that you're talking to, because again, if you, like a man takes the situation to a woman, like a
Mm,
reality situation, you find out most of the times, generally, I've seen this and I'm talking out of experience, seen women using things against the same men.
mm,
Some A man, it's not easy for him to open up. I believe so. And if a man opens up, meaning that he maybe there is a level of trust which he has, or there is a
mhm,
soft part for that individual that they
mm,
interact with. That's the thing. So you find out that men, they are more secretive. That's why because of person, like an individual, especially women, they
Mm,
most of the time use the same opening that a man has done to that lady against them. As a
mm,
result, men generally they don't want to feel like they are weak. Men generally
mm,
they don't want to be like they can express themselves to their fellow men easily than even women. So it
mm.
depends the person that you're talking to. Some people they prefer talking to their fellow men, which is easy, but when it comes to women, it's quite difficult because women always
Yeah.
use other things against.
When the point of talking I was talking about is just like general, not talking like deep things or secret things, but just saying that I'm feeling down, I'm not okay, I'm just going through something at the moment. And that person can just encourage you. You don't have to be specific. Because I remember there's a point here in UK, they came to a point they were saying, let's get talking. Because people don't talk, therefore they're keeping things inside, and that's not healthy. And that brings a lot of stress. Stress is the number one cause of death, really. Stress. The stress builds up cortisol in your body. It's like your body's always on alert, like fight flight is mode. So, which is not good. And men need to talk more. You don't have to go specifically into it, because I know women can use things against men and the other way around. But things, trying to handle that
Mm.
situation and not ending up in a very tight, more complicated situation. Like you don't feel like life is worth it, because of what you're going through. Now, I want to ask, I don't know if you agree with that, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I definitely second, and I agree
You
to.
agree with that?
Yeah,
That you have to talk. Talking is good, you know?
yeah. The moment that you're talking, it's like you're relieving yourself, but
Yes.
again, you need to be cautious with the person that you're talking to. Mm. That's
Okay.
what I
You
can
you are,
just say.
you are a cautious
Because
person.
you cannot talk to everybody. That's the
No.
truth. You cannot express what's this everything
But
that you're going through to an individual, to everybody. No, and
but
there are
don't you
some
think
people
talking to
that when you
somebody?
just talk to them, you hear it
Mhm.
from somebody else. That's the thing. So also you need to consider, you need to build, I think, the thing that we were talking about royalty last time. So that's one of the fundamental thing. When you have seen royalty in a person, I believe that's a person that you can definitely express yourself to because you trust them and they can give you the right advice. That's the thing. But if you
But
know again you've got answers to advice, better you don't go to the person to go and ask.
no, advice is like this. You give advice, whether they take it and use it is not. It's not like they should use your advice, but advice is given.
When a pe-
Whether they take.
when a person seeks for advice, meaning they don't have an answer
Mhm.
to what they are going through. That's the thing. So take for instance, somebody comes to me, all right. In short, I'm making their decisions on their behalf. That's what an advice is. That's the thing.
I
But
don't
above
believe. I
all,
believe
it's
you are
according
giving them
it's according
options.
it's according it's according to you say
I feel like you're giving them options, so they choose what they're gonna do. You're giving them options to
when
see
a
something from
person
different
comes to
perspective.
for a specific when a person comes for a specific thing, they have
Mm,
asked you concerning a specific thing, then it
yeah.
means it's not an option unless if they had other alternatives. You get. But if a
Mm,
person comes specifically asking, okay, should I do this or not? Yes or no? What do you think about it? That's the thing.
mm.
And when a person who is privileged analyzes, and I don't know what happens most of the times. That's what I can say. It's an advice. That's the thing, because it's like your
Mm.
dependency is on this. It's your dependency is on what that individual will say. That's the thing.
But that's can come to you, can go to me, can go to somebody else, and they'll be asking advice so that they can find which one they feel like this is the correct one. So it can't just be okay because I've given advice, I have to take my advice. No.
Women they can go to everyone, but with men. There are some specific, like with me myself, I've got a specific person who I most of the times I ask for advice. Definitely,
Okay.
that's the thing. Yeah,
Yes,
it's not everyone
women
that
are
I ask
different.
for advice. Definitely.
Mm,
Or because with me, I can stick to one person to say, all right, this one I definitely get advice whether I like it or not. This one, sometimes if I'm just maybe I'm in a dilemma, I'm thinking about what to do, options which I have around which I want to do.
mm,
I want to do things. So I'm like, all right, what should I start with first? Give me an option on what I should target, but everything has to be done. Yeah, so I think it depends with the specific person that you're talking to.
yeah.
That's the So it's all about talking, handling hard times, and
Yeah.
I don't know the other point which you feel is right.
Yeah. I feel it's definitely right. Definitely. I feel like also, um, just bringing back scenarios where I've been through. It's true. Some people you cannot trust because some people they'll turn around and behave certainly some way. But it's finding your peace. What is your peace within you? Finding a happiness from inside. It's not like anybody else outside will give you that happiness and thing in those type of times of hard, whether it's death, whether it's relationship, whether it's people letting you down, people betraying you, whether you are sick, whatever it is finding that peace, knowing inside of you that, bringing that peace, that positivity. I feel like when you're so negative, you just feel worse. You feel worse than the situation is when you're negative, more than to bring positive, like, yeah, this is happening, but it's gonna be okay. So encouraging yourself is really good. And also talking, it feels sometimes talking to somebody you've never met, you never know, and you'll never see again is good because they don't know you and they don't know your situation because here there's called something called Samaritans. And if you're going through problems, you can just call them and nobody will know you anonymously. You say everything you want to say, you get a little advice and you go. Mm. So that's why talking is it's good, then to keep things bottled inside when it comes to hard times, allowing people in. That's what I think, and that's what that's just my opinion on it. Sometimes when somebody you've never known in life, you've never met, you just tell them and you'll never see them again. Might even be the best advice ever.
But it depends with what works for you. So if
Yeah.
that also works for you, then that's fine. If finding somebody that you trust or who is real to you, you express yourself, it's also fine.
Mm,
That's the thing. Yeah. Because we cannot just go to a random person all of a sudden and begin to talk, I guess.
no. You can give let me just share this live actually. I don't know what will happen if I press on the share. You can give any scenario where you've been through or you somebody has been through where it's been a difficult situation and how they handled it. I'm back. I just shared.
Yeah. So,
Do you have a scenario where you've been through something and things were hard and tough and you've managed to go through it?
yeah, most of the times
A
okay,
scenario.
like with me, the way I handle things, well, a certain time. Most of
Mm-hmm.
the time, they're just when I'm going through hard times. It's better. With me, I'm not a person who expresses myself easily. I
Mm,
express myself when I've fought the battle and it has been won. That's the thing.
mm.
So it's one of those. When the battle is won, that's when I'm like, all right, this is now a scenario of what happened.
All right. I remember I was young. This is different. This is something stressful anyway. But I remember when I was young, I ended up You know these tunnels that go under the road. You know those big tunnels that
Mm,
go under the road.
mm,
Okay, there's like a road, and then underneath they put something before they put the road. They make like a tunnel. So
mm,
when I was young, I ended up going under the tunnel and getting stuck.
mhm,
I was stuck under the tunnel. I thought I was going to die. Everybody else had gone through and I couldn't. And I was crying. I was like, oh my God, this is it for me. Why did I even attempt to do that? And I think that's where some things started to trigger in me, like fear, that, oh, I was not feeling the fear, but that started to thinking, I was in the middle of that place and I just thought, this is it. This is it. I'm going to die. But I had just to encourage myself. I was only young. I was about 6, maybe, or 7. I remember all the way back. But I managed to get out of that situation with positive thinking, because if I didn't, I would have been stuck and it would have been a big thing. I might have died actually, because it was in the middle of the road, no breathing this way, that way. Under the tunnel. The tunnel was small. So it was squeezed, squeezed, squeezed. And I never repeated that situation
mhm.
again, ever.
Oh,
So
mhm.
just something to know, like as a child, how kids can deal with things like that. Because the topic today is difficult situations, isn't it? Situations which we go through life which are stressful. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's one
Uh,
scenario.
yeah, so okay, I think we have dwelled much on one point. I don't know if there is another point. I don't know how
No,
people
there's no other
handle
point. But
hard times.
today's was about difficult situations. That's all. Mhm.
Oh, but I've just heard one point. Yeah.
About the difficult situation.
Yes, like one point. By expressing yourself, is there any
Mhm.
other way in which you handle hard times?
I do hard times by praying, but as we say, some people they believe in God. Some people they don't believe in God. You can handle situations by positive thinking, praying. Mm. That's just express
So
yourself. We've talked. Mm?
how do you begin when you are in a hard situation? You begin to think positive.
First, I think I feel like for me, I don't know about the others, so I'm talking about me. I think encouragement around will push you to start thinking positively. If somebody's been through what you've been through, that's how you can get encouraged.
What
Other
about
than
those
that,
people who are secretive, who do not express themselves to anyone? How can they maybe?
they don't express themselves. You need to speak to your mind, because we talk to our mind all the time, don't we?
Sorry.
You're always speaking in your mind, aren't you? Everybody's speaking in their mind. So your mind will start to be saying, "Oh my God, this is the worst things that happened," but you have to say, "No, it's not." Mind is also important. Oh, I've switched off the light. Magisa Tim.
All right. So positive thinking.
Mhm.
All right. It's not it. Positive thinking. How do you become positive when it comes to thinking? That's the question which I asked.
Yeah, it's hard to become positive when you're in a negative situation. Really, really hard. Prayer helps. somebody to become positive. Calming your mind down is like reading, doing something which you feel like you distracting your mind for whatever you're going through.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it's not easy.
Yeah. That's why they are called hard times.
Hmm. And difficult situations. So, example, if a child is sick, you can't just be panicking. The child is sick, or you're sick, or somebody, family member is sick, or you're sick yourself. If you're just panicking, ooh, you're not gonna get better. So all it's going, you're making yourself more stress.
Mm.
You're making yourself to feel bad,
Yeah.
which makes you sick in the body as well, from the mind to the body. It's not easy to be honest.
Yeah.
Life is not easy. I can't lie. It's not easy at all. So anybody who's gonna watch this, you're watching this, life is hard. So let us be try and make life easy no matter what we're going through. Look for something you like, go out for a walk in nature. If you like going outside, not everybody likes going outside, but if you like going outside, go and have a walk in nature. Feel the air, the breeze, sit outside, talk to people who you feel can help. Just know that this situation I'm going through will be temporarily. Read, watch a movie. Music is also a good thing. Listening to music,
Mm.
that helps as well. Some people like the music. Just doing what you like, to be honest. And that really, really helps. Life is not, at the moment, things are hard, whether it comes to financially, spiritually, things at the moment are at the peak. Just need to take one step at a time.
Yeah.
So
One
just,
step at a time.
so just
Definitely.
encourage them, encourage anybody who's listening now that whatever you're going through is not going to be forever.
Yeah.
In your
Exactly.
way, in the way you think and the way you see life. You can explain it the way you see it.
It's important also, as you've said, hard times are
Mm,
always there and people needs to be expectant of them. That's the thing. Apart from
mm,
the things which we look at, even if we are looking at the positive, we need to be expectant. Even people who are called entrepreneurs, that's why they are called risk takers.
mm,
Either the risk which they are taking they will be happy or not. So it's a
yeah.
two-way thing. So life is just it has two sides of it. That's the thing.
Mm,
So sometimes you might be happy, sometimes you might be down,
mm-hmm,
sometimes you might be up, sometimes you might be low, sometimes you might
mm-hmm,
so on and so forth. That's the
yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm,
So about your expectation shouldn't be that much high, especially when it comes to you when you are just even smoothly walking and dining in greener pastures. That's the thing. Cause
mm,
I believe in the time of plenty, you need to also just be wise enough to know that there will be hard times that will come, and we need
yeah.
to be expectant because nothing lasts forever. That's how
Mm,
it is. That's why
mm-hmm,
when the king, when take the story of just take the story of this Joseph, you find
mm,
out that the king saw 7 years of plenty and
mm,
7. So we need just also to plan ahead of hard times. How do
mm,
we handle hard times? When this happens, how do we handle ourselves? How am I going
mm,
to handle myself? How am I going to handle my emotions? How am I going to handle this and that and everything that pertains my life? So it's just one
mm,
of those trying to balance out, trying to understand, trying to know in advance. So just giving yourselves advice and imagining yourself in hard situations helps a lot when that type of situation that you have been thinking about comes. That's why
mm-hmm,
even Job said that the thing which I feared most has happened to me. But to
Yes.
find out that Job, by the result of him, he expected it, he knew how to handle it. Even if the same wife who was so close to Job began to tell him all sorts of nonsense, no, just curse God and die, this, that,
Mm,
and everything. But he knew something that he was expectant about it. That's why he
mm,
said to say that no, the thing which I feared most has happened to me. So it's one of those.
yeah, understand. Anyway, that's very good advice. Don't know if there's anything else you want to say before we go.
With me, that's what I can say. Life is just for fighters. That's the thing. Life itself, as you said, that it's a battlefield. That's the thing. Just
Definitely.
from the time that you are born until the time that you go to the graveside, you just need to know that life is just a battlefield itself,
Whoa.
and you need
Mm,
to be expectant of battles. That's the thing. So that's why David said that, "Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle." There's a reason why he said that. So from time to time, his life was just full of battles. That's the thing.
yeah.
Whether you are innocent, you feel like you face them. That's the thing. Whether you are coming from a rich family, poor family, I believe there will be battles that you face. It might be maybe
Yes.
you have money, everything, but you just have
But
a
you got
disease which
battles.
you can no doctor
Mm,
can even cure. That's the
mm,
thing. Maybe you've got depression, such type of untangible. Even if you go for therapy, the therapy is not working, so on and so forth. So we
mm.
keep on fighting. We fight for a better life. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Mm.
That's gonna be fine. So thank you so much, guys. We come here like every day. We haven't been yesterday, but thank you for joining Sophie Chosen Daily Chats. If you can, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Lawrence Banda's also channel. That would be great. And then you can, set up the bell notifications to know when we're coming on live, when we're live, and we'll be coming around this time. If not, we change, we'll let you know with a short. So, guys, stay blessed, stay protected, stay positive. It's not easy at the moment, and every
Yeah.
time life is not easy,
Mm.
but let's just be strong, knowing that, we come out for some victory,
Mm.
some
That's fine.
happiness, and then whatever we are keep on fighting since until the day, as he said. So God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Lawrence Banda, we thank you
Thank you
for
so
coming.
much. I really
So
appreciate
we'll see you
it. Thank
tomorrow,
you.
guys. And tomorrow's, just watch out for tomorrow's topic. It's gonna be good. Gonna be brilliant.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.